everybody to another edition of The Inside versus Lappas. I'm the Insider, that's Lappas, and in between me, is The Truth. So welcome to the program. Welcome, Mr. Lappas.
Hello.
Alright, so it is an all-star edition of the program. The FHL All-Star Game, we'll comment on the results, I guess, next week. So this week we're gonna talk about how we should make the FHL better. The Truth, do you have any suggestions?
Well, it's getting already a little better. She's dressing a lot better than Lappas. And as for the FHL, find a new commissioner. Start off with.
Shit league, but
Find a new commissioner. And well, you and your brother, I guess, we're gonna have to do something about you to either improve or replace.
okay. How do you want us to improve this?
I guess I can comment about that a little later on my second moment of truth.
All right. What about beside the commissioner? Anything else we could change? What about maybe the trades?
That's just part of the league. The whole league is fucking ridiculous. I mean, you have people throwing things. This is a studio. I mean, it's just a jungle. I'm trying to improve it. We're in a new era. I mean, how can you be serious? It's just a clown league. You're talking to me about trades, and these things are happening in the background. I don't even want to answer that question. Just move to the next question.
Okay. What is the? Okay. So the next question. What about maybe keeping players at the end of the season? Carry them over to the next season.
Well, that should be determined in the beginning of the season. If that were the case, it should have been determined this September for this season.
Okay, but do you think it's something the league should put in place?
I think it's something the league something that the league should discuss, and if it's voted by most of the GMs, then yes. But it should be done. It should be something that's voted by the majority, not just by you and your brother, the commissioner. It should be something.
What would your vote be? Make a decision.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. But it wouldn't depend on me. I would vote for it, but it would depend on everybody. And everybody should agree with it.
Alright. So I guess those are some of the suggestions by The Truth will make the league better. And I guess we're going to see the real Lappas coming up soon on the Inside versus Lappas mailbag. Alright, so as always we get millions and millions of questions. We have time to answer a couple today. Lappas?
Yeah, well, I'll let you read something else today, my Ultramont bill instead of your usual phone bill.
Fuck, long letter.
That's a big question. Maybe we should bring his action report.
This question comes from Charles Sordas de Crowdis from Trois-Rivières. Wants to know, Dear Insider versus Lappas, I noticed that you were not in your usual studio last week. When will you go back to your normal studio?
Oh, we're not in the normal studio now.
Exactly. Well, Charles, I guess next week, because filming the show in the Truth's house was a bad idea. I regret it, and I think we'll go back to our normal studio next week. Steph, did you have a question for me?
I have many questions, but I'll ask you one of them.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'd like to know when this commissioner will be replaced and when exactly. That's all I want to know.
Well, the commissioner, I think, is in power until no more people join the league, or unless there's pressure to relieve him of his duties.
So you're saying that you're not normal? Because you're part of the league?
I guess we're losing 3 teams next year, so...
Your comment makes no sense anyway, so I'm just going to ignore that. Alright, I think that's it for the Insider vs. Lappas mailbag. Thanks for nothing.
My pleasure.
Truth, thanks for the crappy accommodations, you know?
Yeah, next time you should give us his action report so
Yeah,
we can read.
and I guess next is the moment of truth. So stay tuned.
Alright, it's time now for the moment of truth. We have The Truth with us.
Hey.
Welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
So, what are you going to tell us this week?
Well, I wanted to comment on the question you asked before about improving the league. And on this week's show, I wanted to we have a special guest, the GM of the Penguins, Steph Janakis. Steph, you did.
So welcome back to the
Welcome
program.
back, Steph.
Thanks for having me.
The question I wanted to ask is, I at least think that Peter, the commissioner, has to move on to other things, to better things or worse things. Probably better things because he can't do any worse than he's done as a commissioner. Sorry, Peter, and I think you would be the best person to replace him. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea, but I don't know about what the other James think about it. Maybe we should put up a poll question this week.
Yeah.
And how would you make the FHL better?
I would come up with better rules that probably a lot of gyms would agree with me.
Would you at the start of the season, would you let everybody know what those rules are? Would everybody know what to expect? Would everything
for
be
sure.
written?
I would have everything written and given on draft day.
That's nice.
Guaranteed.
Any of the rules that you would change if you were a commissioner right now?
One of the first ones I changed would probably be the free agency system.
Okay, and what's your idea?
There's too many signings I find, like especially from Canucks, Oilers, Maple Leafs, and there's like a rule of like 10-15 free agents maximum per year for every team. That would like, then you wouldn't see any team sign just anybody like that and drop in the next week, you know? They'll think more about it.
Speaking of the Oilers, I had a trade earlier this week with Mike Adzamis of Reds, Liverpool, and he seemed to have caused a big controversy. I mean, what is it, jealous? I mean, I don't know. Anyways, moving on, I have another question to ask you. We'll do this quickly, we don't have a lot of time. I would like to clarify for once and for all about, hey, now you're on the show, let us know, who is actually the biggest malaka in this league? You've created polls, messages, now you're here in person. I want to hear it in person. Who is the biggest malaka?
I voted for Chris at the time.
Therefore, Chris is the biggest malaka?
I think so.
Right. Who would be the second biggest?
I'll probably vote for Peter.
Oh, okay. So,
So is that the truth?
that's the truth.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Steph.
No
Thanks
problem.
to the truth. Thanks to Lappas, and thanks to everybody for watching.
I would like to apologize one more time for the jungle in the studio in my place here, things being thrown, people banging, people listening to music. I'm really sorry about that. See you
Alright.
next week.
Bye, everybody. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Steph. Thanks to the truth. Thanks to Lappas, and thanks to everybody for watching.
I would like to apologize one more time for the jungle in the studio in my place here, things being thrown, people banging, people listening to music. I'm really sorry about that. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Meh.